Fields. A field is very similar to a variable, but with one big difference: its scope. A field is declared and sometimes initialized within a class, but outside of any method. This means that the scope of a field is the entire class, and it can be used anywhere in it. This includes the main method as well as any other user-defined method. You are very used to seeing public in the heading of our classes and methods. We will be discussing more behind the meaning of this in later units, but simply this means that the classes and methods we have created can be used by other classes and methods. In order to prevent them from being shared or used, we can use private. Fields, while declared outside of any method, are mostly private, which means no other classes have access to or can use it. They store information specific to the class and can only be used anywhere within it. We will learn about public versus private more in the future, but for now, the syntax of field looks like this. We have private static in front, and then we have our variable declarations. String name equals Mr. Schmidt, int sum equals 0, and here we've declared double average, but we have not initialized it with a value. A field is declared and can be initialized at the beginning of a class outside the first method so that its scope is the entire class. In the example below, the variable sum can be used inside of the main method or the calc_sum method to store information. So here we have our public class test, and before our main method declaration here, we have our field, private static int sum equals 0. So now we can use sum in our main method or down here in our calc_sum method. Here's another example. Notice that sum is outside of both methods, yet both are able to work with it. All right, so we have our class header here, we have our field, sum, we have our variable right here. Then we can do things with sum in the main method or also in this calc_sum method down here.